Do you see these little golden brown buggers? Those are pierogies from Poland. That's what we're gonna make today. Are you ready? Thanks for joining me on Annie's Smoking Pot. I, of course, am Annie. As always, my cameraman over there, that's Darren. Today, we're gonna make pierogies. Polish pierogies. A standard Polish pierogi, which is what we're making today, is simply filled with mashed potatoes and cheese mixture. You can add caramelized onions if you would like. Are you ready? Let's get started. First thing we've got going, potatoes right here. Just a simple, I think I use Yukon Golds this time around. Peeled them, sliced them. We need to get those to a boil. While those are boiling, we're gonna start that dough. We've got just flour. Oh, as always, description below. Hit the more button, full recipe right there for you. Oh, and you know what happens to be next to that more button? The subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I really do. Share my videos. Make your friends and family subscribe. Make them. Even if they don't want to, just make them. They'll never know, right? Just have their phone, log in, subscribe. They'll never know. Okay? Thanks. Simple, all-purpose flour and salt. Finger. Works great every time. Water and egg. To your water, add your egg. Mix it up. By doing it this way, it helps incorporate into the flour better than if you just did the egg and then the water. Now you're having to kind of work twice as hard to get everything mixed together. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. In we go. All right, let's go ahead and give this a mix. Eventually we are going to get in there with our hands and our handy dandy little mat. That way it keeps my table a little cleaner. Now we're going to add a little bit of flour to the mat because now the fun part. Whoa. Oh, and now with the trick with the dough is you just want to knead it. And basically kneading is just folding it over on itself and smushing it with the palm of your hand. Maybe this is why I buy store-bought dough. Oh, this kneading the dough. I've had both my shoulders replaced. Kneading dough really tests those new body parts out. Oh. All right, as you can see, the dough has got a nice kind of smooth texture to it. We're just gonna set that aside, let that rest for about 10 minutes while we get those potatoes finished up. We want them fork tender. They are there. Oh, those are gonna mash up beautifully. Go ahead and try to get out as much of the water as you can because you don't want too much moisture in the filling because it'll sog up your dough. Can you see? They're perfect. Gonna mash up with my masher. Oh my gosh. If you have a potato ricer, it would probably make this so much easier. I talk about getting one every once in a while, but I'm always the type that I'm like, you know what? I really don't make mashed potatoes very often, so do I really need a potato ricer? Well, as I'm mashing these, I'm thinking, yeah, ooh, that potato ricer would have been great. You want to get these just as creamy as you can. Easiest way to tell if they're mushy enough is to mush them with a fork or a spoon. And as you can see like that, there's no lumps in there. That's how you know you're ready to go. Mashed taters. What do we need next? Little salt and pepper, ricotta cheese, feta crumbles. That is going to be the glorious filling that's going into that. Oh, these are going to be heaven. Absolute heaven. Now, salt and pepper is just to your liking. There's no exact measurement to the salt and pepper. If you like a little bit more, add more. If you don't want any at all, don't add any at all. But then I fear they might be a little bland. So maybe if you don't like salt on your food, just use pepper. Our farmer's cheese, ricotta, is fabulous. And of course, the feta. Now, some people, oh, feta's going to add a little bit of a funk to it because feta does have a little bit of a funky flavor. It's kind of like blue cheese as well, that funk you get. We call it the feta funk. But you know what? With that ricotta, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a great flavor profile. Mix it up. We want to mix it really well so that it is all incorporated so that every single pierogi you bite into, you get the potato, you get the ricotta, you get the feta, and a little bit of the salt and the pepper, of course. Now, you don't want to fill your pierogies while your mixture is hot, so you're going to want to let this cool down. So, I am in no hurry. I'm just going to let it air cool just enough to where I can handle it. All right, I think that looks great. Oh, you know what we're going to do? Let's take a taste test just to make sure. It's always a good idea to taste test your food, just to make sure, especially when you're doing the salt and pepper to flavor. Oh, wow. I could just eat that. I literally could just eat that. That is my new go-to mashed potato with my meatloaf. Who knew that cheese could be so good? Oh, that's really good. Yeah. All right. Let that cool down. We'll be back. We'll finish it up. Our potatoes have cooled down. Let's get to creating. Oh, that's sat. It's still beautiful. Oh, we're a little sticky. What does that mean? It means we need flour. We're just going to add some flour down, and we're just going to work it just a little bit like that. Oh, these are going to be so good. Let us roll. I think it says to do it about 1/8 of an inch. Anybody who knows me, I have no idea. No idea. You can try to roll it into more of a rectangle, but got my water boiling. We are going to be cooking these 2 different ways. We're going to boil them, and then we're going to pan fry them. That is an odd shaped rectangle, but it's okay. Kind of looks like Patrick from SpongeBob. We're going to say 3 inches. 3-inch cutter. You can use a glass if you'd like, but I find the cutters work really well because it's got that sharp edge more so than a glass. See, how many can we get? That's a fair dinkum amount. That'll work. Remember that mashed potato that we whipped up? Nice and cool. Now the fun part, forming our pierogies. I'm going to stretch this out just a little bit more, just to make it a little bit bigger, to make it, when I fold it over, it's going to be much easier for us to do that. We hope. Fair dinkum amount right in the middle. Pull the dough and stretch the dough over the filling, just like that. You start by pinching up here, and then use your fingers, smush it in there, and we're going to pinch all the way around because you don't want any of that filling popping out on you. And then let's see if we can't fold them and make them kind of pretty. As I always say, doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be tasty, right? Look at that. Let's go ahead and get the rest of them filled, and then we'll go from there. Now, next step, we're going to take these little guys, put them into your boiling water. Don't add salt to your water. There's no need. The trick with this is add them gently. When they float, they're done. They only take about 3 minutes before they're going to float. Oh, those are looking great. And like I said, we're doing this in 2 stages because we are also going to pan fry them. Once they start to float, let them go for 1 additional minute. Then you're going to take them out and we're going to put them onto a tray that has a little bit of oil on them. That way, keeps them, see, slickery. Keeps them from sticking to the tray. Oh, look at, they're floating. We've got floaters. They've been floating now for about a minute. So they are looking great. We're going to go ahead and take those out and add the last 3 that we've got. Last 3 going in. Again, gently place them in there. You don't want them to break open when they hit that water. So we're going to go ahead and take those out, and then we're moving on to the skillet. Look, right there. Skillet. You don't want to cook these too high of a heat, so I am going to turn it down to about a medium temperature. Just a standard oil, no flavor oil. You probably could use like an olive oil or avocado oil, any type oil that you prefer. It is going to invoke flavor into these. So to keep traditional, non-flavored oil. It's just a basic canola. My little platter, almost there. You want the pan to be hot before you put these in. Otherwise, they'll tend to absorb that oil before they start to cook. And then you'll just end up with like a greasy little pierogi. Let's place these in there gently again. Just right on in. Might be able to fit all of these in there. I'm not sure. I could have gotten a bigger pan. Ooh, think we can get all of them in there? No, we're so close. That's all right. They're going to take probably about maybe 3 minutes per side. You just want them golden brown, and then we're going to flip them over. Let's take a peek at one. Not quite there. Today, I am going to be serving mine up with just a simple dipping of some sour cream and some fresh dill. Look at that golden brown right there. That's what you're looking for. Oh, these are going to be perfect. Oh, can you hear that? That's the crunch you are looking for. Let's go ahead and get this batch out. We're going to get our second batch in. Those are just beautiful golden brown pockets of glory. And there we have it. Pierogies. Beautiful pockets of delectable goodness. I don't even know what else to say about it. Delightful goodness. Caramelized onions over the top would probably be amazing. I think so. As always, thanks for joining another episode of Annie's Smoking Pot. What do you say we give these a try together? Are you ready? All right, let's give it a go. You know what? Going in with my fingers. Sour cream and dill. Simple dipping sauce. That is so good. Oh, it's really hot though. Wow, those are so good. Thanks for joining. As always, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the episode. Until next time, bye. These are really fucking good. Wow, they're good with and without that dip.